National University houses a nature preserve located on the west side of the Modesto Medic campus. According to the FIU Go Green website, the FIU Nature Preserve is described as a 14-acre outdoor environmental education facility meant to advance the ecological knowledge of our student body and the community. This community forest provides excellent recreational opportunities for students, faculty, staff, and visitors. While the website does a lot to describe details of the preserve's ecosystem, such as describing the various types of environments, plants, birds, butterflies, reptiles, and amphibians living in it, it's easy to develop the impression that its primary purpose is for human use, rather than to say, preserve nature. This intuition was confirmed by the Natural Areas Manager of FIU, Ryan Bagel, who stated, "The two main goals of the FIU Nature Preserve are 1. Education, and 2. Recreation. Conservation is second to these goals focused on visitor use." In the same email, he explained to us that when it comes to any piece of property at the university, the income it makes is crucial in deciding what is to be done to it. Unfortunately, the Nature Preserve currently brings in very little money. Thus, the university administration has generally been in favor of replacing with a facility such as the adjacent parking garage and the dorms that have managed to eliminate half an acre of the preserve. If conservation were to become the primary purpose of the preserve, it would require limiting visitation. The Nature Preserve regularly experiences vandalism, which is expensive to deal with. For this reason, some administrators have suggested the entire area be fenced off and only be open when staff is present. However, Ryan feels this would only be a detriment to the preserve. If it is too much trouble for students and professors to get into the preserve, they are likely to stop going at all, and FIU administration would likely see the preserve as a waste of space, eventually replacing it with something that provides more revenue. It has become necessary for the preserve to simply be a means for human use in order to maintain its survival. It is likely circumstances such as these which caused Charlie Hennington, FIU's former ground superintendent, to plant uncommon and threatened species on the island hammock, where he presumed they would be safe from development and human interference. So far, this goal has been successful. The island cannot really be considered to be a preserve, but instead it is best described as a natural area left unmanaged by Ryan Bagel. Currently, Hennington Island has no administrative support, funding, or interpretive signage. In fact, not much is known about Hennington Island. Even its name on the plaque by the islands is an N short of how it's spelled throughout FIU's website and maps. This mystery is mostly due to the fact that very little work has been done to the island, and there is no way to properly access it. Exotic plants were planted on the island so that plantings would not be disturbed by intruders, as they hang over the edge and prevent easy access. For this reason, Hennington Island has remained safe from intervention. But there is no formal protection for it, and the safety is contingent on the university feeling there is no better use for the property. This raises the unfortunate questions. Is any part of nature ever truly safe from human interference? Are even nature preserves' existence contingent on humans benefiting from them? Are there areas like Hennington Island that were created or maintained exclusively for the environment, even when it meant it could not be used by humans in some case? FIU's Natural Area Manager has a very disenchanted view on the subject. The following is an excerpt from his email. In natural areas management, there is a dichotomy between natural, wild, and pristine environments, and the amount of human use in those environments. It is our nature, human nature, to destroy natural environments wherever we go. Therefore, land managers make decisions as to where to allow recreational use and where not to. Many national parks and local parks have certain areas that are illegal for visitor use due to the negative effects of humans. The percentage of recreational area to protected off-limits conservation area in any given park or preserve is based upon the mission statement and goals of the park or preserve and the ideology of the manager of those parks or preserves. Miami-Dade College, for example, has a large environmental center, similar to our nature preserve, but the entire area is fenced in and locked and is only open on certain days at certain times or upon request. Once again, there are many nature preserves and parks that have areas that are not intended for human use at all, or the human use is heavily managed and restricted. For example, North Shore Open Space Park, Florida Panther Wildlife Refuge, all MD County natural areas and environmentally endangered lands, Miami-Dade College Environmental Center, and almost all wildlife refuges. I used to work at both Everglades National Park and Yosemite National Park. I know both of those parks would temporarily, 12 months or so at a time, close down certain sections within the park due to the presence of an endangered species or an ecological restoration project in process, or even due to safety concerns or little staffing. All nature preserves are endangered by development. The more people you let into a park, the less suitable that habitat becomes and the sooner you will see that habitat degrade. As I mentioned, it is human nature to destroy nature, often accidentally, but time has proven that people are very destructive. The only way to find secluded, isolated nature is to go way out of your way, and I mean, you would have to walk tens or hundreds of miles as far from any road as possible. The farther you get from people, the more healthy and natural an environment is. I hope my comments have not been too depressing, but were in some way helpful. Let me know if you have any other specific questions.